Nicodemus says to Jesus, "Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform the signs you are doing if God were not with him." By what authority do you do these things? Questions are usually raised in order to know the truth, but many a times they are used for quite different purposes. In today's gospel, the chief priests and scribes poses a question to Jesus, not really to have a right understanding, but to have a victory over Jesus. Because in the gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 1, verse 22, it is very explicitly stated that Jesus taught them as one who had authority, quite unlike the scribes. And also in the Gospel according to St. John, chapter 3, verse 2, Nicodemus says to Jesus, "Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform the signs you are doing if God were not with him." So, from this we can understand that the works and teachings of Jesus were a clear sign that he had authority from God. Therefore, we see that they had no reason at all to doubt the authority of Jesus. Still, they questioned Jesus because they had an evil intention. However, Jesus answered them, or rather questioned them very wisely, whether John's baptism was from heaven or merely human. Now, they couldn't answer it no, because all knew that John was indeed a prophet of God. And if they had answered yes, they would have been guilty of not believing in Jesus, because John himself had testified about Jesus. This question was such that whether they answered it yes or no, they would be wrong, because the truth was obviously on Jesus' side. The question brought an instant change in their pattern of thought, a cognitive shift. It made them realize that their outlook was completely wrong. Jesus didn't answer them directly. The answer was in fact within them. What Jesus did was, he brought into light the truth which was hidden in the dark recesses of their hearts. They knew that Jesus is the Son of God, but they refused to admit the fact and acted as if they were ignorant about it, because it is always painful to acknowledge an idea or perspective which we hold so dearly is wrong. They preferred to remain in the darkness of their disbelief rather than go through the pain of admitting one's own mistake. Only if we are ready to let go, to sacrifice our wrong notions, false beliefs, our biases, and have a pure heart, only then we'll be able to experience the power and authority of Jesus.